Hi everyone and welcome to the Colour Cave where we like to play with art stuff. Today I decided to go out with the confines of the cave. I got given some vouchers for Hobbycraft, which is a UK sort of crafty, hobby-y, as the name might suggest, superstore. And I thought I would take you guys with me and just go and see what we can see and just basically just get out the cave for a while. It turned into a much more entertaining trip and a much more exciting trip than I thought it would, so it's actually made for quite a good video. At one point the video cuts to a shot of a staff member with a helium balloon in her hand and the audio is not great, so I just thought I'd better explain that before we get to it. When I went to pay for my goods, the man that was in the queue in front of me had two metallic helium balloons and they were obviously for somebody's birthday and it was 22, and he let go of one accidentally. And the staff started discussing whose turn it was to get it down. So I said to them, I was like, what, have you got like a fishing hook? Now the store's like a warehouse, you know, it's got like super high ceilings. And the guy behind the till was like, oh no, we just get another balloon and we put a bit of sellotape to the top of it and we just let it float up. And he says, we bring the other one back down, like stuck to the one that we've put up. And I was just like, what? So anyway, nothing we do, but we had to get a demonstration of this. So the guy that had let go of the balloon is totally embarrassed and then becomes even more embarrassed because I'm filming it. But I was super impressed because the little girl that did it had never done it before and she like did it first go. Anyway, I clearly get far too excited about things like that. So if you ever wonder how staff retrieve helium balloons from the roof of their store, that's how they do it. Anyway, I'll just roll the rest of the video. I hope you enjoy it, guys. So here we are, we've arrived at Hobbycraft. And I'm assuming it is the UK equivalent to something like Hobby Lobby in America. If anybody wants to verify that or naysay that for me, then feel free. Okay, the shop's pretty quiet, I think, like just judging from the car park, so I'm hoping that I'll be able to like talk like a normal person, not have to whisper the whole way around in case everybody thinks I'm a crazy person. Out of everything in Hobbycraft, it's the art stuff that's on sale. Cheap paintbrushes. Everything's so cheap. These mixing palettes, these are like really handy and they're only £1. This could be dangerous. I've just found these. Not only are they Posca pens, but they are glittery Posca pens, so also getting them to add to the collection. And they are £9 reduced from 18. You guys, this is so exciting, this is great. I think I'm going to be really poor by the time I leave here. Thankfully the art section's in the back of the store, so it's nice and quiet around here and everyone's not going to look at me like a crazy person. There is a lady in the next aisle and she's got 2 colouring books and she's got some coloured pencils in her hands, and I really want to go up to her and say, do you watch YouTube? Is that bad? Is that wrong? Anyway, I'm just looking at some paintbrushes. None of the paintbrushes are on sale, so I don't think we're going to be bothering with any of that, but there's so many nice ones.
It won't burst on it, don't worry about it, okay? Just easy does it. Slow and steady wins the race with you. Well, I've
got faith in you.
Is anybody else singing when 2 become 1 in their head? Do it, Fee, do it. Nice and slow. Oh, yeah, slow. Oh no. I've got 2 shy in my head now.
That is impressive.
Oh no. Grab it. Nice job. Yeah.
Hey! Okay, so we are back home in the cave now and I'm going to show you everything that I got when I was at Hobbycraft. Did you all like the balloon? Okay, so first off the bat, I got this box canvas and it is a 30 by 20 inch, so it's quite a big one. And that was absolutely dirt cheap. That was something ridiculous, like £3. So you're damn tootin' I was getting one of them. Now, most of you know that for some time I have been building up my Copic collection, and finally, after a lot of deliberation, this is my new Copic storage, and isn't it just pretty? This unit was the last one on the shelf and there was a split in the back of it, so I actually got this on a discount. Now when I bought it there was a full set of glittery rainbow shelves and they are super glittery, look at those. can tilt that in the light, it's lovely. So what I have done is I took a couple of my Copic markers with me and I actually measured to see what they were going to be like depth wise, because I wanted easy access and I wanted them all on display at the same time. So I took a couple of the shelves out, which I've just put down here, so there's orange and purple ones, so you know, it is really nice when it's all kind of like in together. But these shelves are modular, you can actually pop these off, so you can have as many slots as you like. So I haven't decided what I'm doing with them yet, but they are literally perfect for holding these markers. Just now it does make me look as if I don't have very many Copic markers at all. There are over 150 markers there, but it looks like not very much. But the good thing is I did a quick calculation, and even if I had the full set of Copics, they will all fit in this unit, but I will be left with the sparkly drawers. The good thing about these drawers is that they... Hello! The good thing about these drawers is that they sit flat on a countertop or whatever, so you can still actually use them for storage, and they're quite pretty. And not only that, they do stack flat on top of each other as well, so there's actually things in some of these even though they're not in the unit, and they still stack on top of each other pretty well. So I am super pleased, especially getting a discount on it as well. I think the stock actually retails about £18, but that gives you 12 slots, 2, 4, no, I'm telling you lies, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. That gives you 11 slots. So yeah, anyway, that is by far my favourite purchase, by far, because it's solved a lot of problems for me, for sure. I have just bunged all the markers in just now, but I'm going to sort them out properly when I've got a little bit more time. Right, the rest of the haul was small stuff, so I thought I'd switch to top-down view and just make things a bit easier. Not only did I get the glittery Posca pens, but I also got this set as well. Now, my reasoning for this is that the black and white that I already have are the 1M size, which is the really tiny nib. And these ones are a 3M, so I figured it would be good to have black and white in a bigger nib, and also with more paint in the actual pen, just because it's something I'm probably more likely to run out of. I also don't have silver and gold, so I figured that was a good packet to buy. So I have 12 Posca pens. I bought myself a new hot melt glue gun. Again, this was in the sale and I think it was something like £5, just because I used to have one of these and it got broken the last time we moved. And I bought the associated glue sticks, which is the little ones, and again they were on sale as well, so that was £7 for the 2 of them, and that's enough glue sticks to keep me going for a while, because the glue gun isn't something I use frequently, but it's just handy to have. Okay, the next thing I got was this set of Derwent charcoal pencils. Now I do have raw charcoal, but I quite fancied pencils because I thought it might be a nice intermediate step for me, because I do want to try charcoal as a medium, and being comfortable with pencils, this might be a good place to start. So again, this was in the sale. I can't remember how much it was. I think it was down to £3.25 or something. That's quite a nice little tin. Shiny. So let's open it up. Oh, this is funny. I have one, well, I had one of these Derwent sharpeners, the kind of slightly smoked plastic one, and I gave it away to a friend who needed a sharpener, so there we go, I've got my Derwent sharpener back. Okay, and we have got one white charcoal pencil, which they feel just like the rest of the Derwent pencils and they look like them. They've got the same band around them, so that's quite familiar to me already, which is nice. And there is two dark charcoal, 2 medium and a light, so that's quite a good selection. I'm quite excited about that. As I say, I'm a wee bit frightened to try charcoal and it is quite messy, so this might be a good interim step. So I think there might be a video coming on that at some point. I bought a Derwent mechanical pencil that came with erasers and refills as well. I do have cheap mechanical pencils from Paper Chase. Somebody had said to me it's quite good to draw on mechanical pencils, so I bought cheap ones just to try it out, and I found out that I actually quite like drawing in propelling pencils. My dad calls them propelling pencils. I call them mechanical pencils. Same thing. Anyway, so the problem with the paper chase ones were, and although it's HB lead that's in them, it doesn't specify the diameter of the lead. So in order to get refills, I would have to do trial and error. So rather than waste my time, my energy and my money on that, I just thought I would buy myself one of these because again, it was in the sale. Now, I know I said I wasn't going to buy any paintbrushes. Clearly I lied. I did buy these big ones. I did buy these big ones that you saw right at the start of the video just because they were so cheap. Again, they were a couple of pounds, and these might come in handy if I'm ever going to do some oil painting a la Bob Ross. They are suitable for multiple mediums, but Bob does use a 1-inch and a 2-inch brush, which is the first two in this packet, so I thought I would just snaffle them while they were, you know, while they were going cheap kind of thing. I also bought 2 Daler Rowney oil brushes as well, and again, this is just to sort of build up my arsenal. I'm planning on doing a Bob Ross oil painting video at some point, but the materials are really expensive, so I'm just picking them up a little bit at a time as I go along, and I figured I would just get these. The Daler Rowney Georgian brushes, they're not expensive brushes, they're not terrible, they kind of do a job. They're like a step up from the student brushes, if you like. So I've got a number 6 fan brush, which Bob Ross seems to use for making happy little trees, and I couldn't get a script liner, which is a really long pointy brush, but I did manage to get this Sable Rigger, which I think is like roughly the same thing, but you can see, I'll take this off, but you can see how long and thin that is, so I'm thinking that will, for all that again Bob Ross uses these in his videos, I think that'll probably do the trick, and it's a damn sight cheaper than some of the other ones. So I think both of those brushes, I think this one was £6.50 and this one was £3.50. I also picked up some Reeves oil pastel. As a rule, I generally avoid Reeves art supplies like the plague because they are just not very good in my experience, in my previous experience. But I was quite curious about oil pastels, and again, not really for myself, but I thought it would make a really good video at some point in the future. I currently don't have any plans to review these, but they were so cheap that I thought that just might be a good idea, so I just grabbed them anyway for the sake of grabbing them. Second to last, and I don't laugh, I bought myself a metal ruler. Now, this was like £1.25 or £1.50. It's not a lot of money. It's quite heavy and it has some odd conversions in the back. The reason I bought this is I have this ruler that sits on my desk, and it's one of these Helix shatterproof ones, and I have been using this ruler to cut rough edges off of my paper, and what has happened is, if I just turn it on the side there, you can see that I've actually taken gouges out of it with my craft knife, and what that has resulted in is if I actually go to draw a line with it, it's not a straight line at all. So I thought I'd better get myself a metal one, and then I can still use it multi-purpose, because all that's going to happen there is I'm not going to take chunks out of it, I'm just going to blunt the blade in my craft knife. Now, the good thing about the craft knives I use is they're the ones with the split off blades, so like they're disposable blades. You can see there's a perforation in them, so when that starts to get blunt, you just snap it off with a pair of pliers and you move on to the next blade. So that's going to be a lot more effective for me than this. I don't really know, I think I should just throw it out, but I feel kind of bad. But it's actually no use for a straight line anymore because both sides are absolutely knackered. It's like the surface of the moon. It's like what not to draw a straight line with. So yeah, I was quite pleased that the metal rulers were in the sale because I was actually looking for one of those. And lastly, this is a bit of an odd one, but there is a reason for it. I bought the Artist magazine, and this is not something I would normally go for. I don't see the point in magazines like this anymore, just in this modern day and age of YouTube and that kind of thing. The only time I'll really read a magazine is if I am travelling, and it's just to go easy on my eyes if I'm tired or that kind of thing. But the reason I picked this up was for this. If you see on the back here, it says here 24-page Back to Basics Guide for Beginners. This is why I bought this, because It's easy first steps in drawing and painting. Now painting is the key word there. Watercolour and acrylics made simple. I have a beautiful set of watercolours that I never actually use. So in this there's a few tips and techniques for watercolour, but they do you like actual step by step, like let's paint a picture. So I thought this would be really good to do in a video, and you know, like there's like so many different things, and I just thought this would be really good for me because I am not a painter, as I've said a million times. I'm actually going to get that on a t-shirt. I did say I was going to develop another medium this year, so I think it might be watercolour. Anyway, so that was why I bought that, and that is everything from my Hobbycraft haul. Now the entire bill for everything that you saw, including the storage unit, was less than £60. That is an awful lot of stuff for under £60, especially when you consider the fact that I have bought that storage unit and a canvas as well. So I think we did okay, and we got an entertaining balloon retrieval demonstration as well. So anyway, I know this is a bit out of the norm for my videos, but I just thought it'd be nice to keep things fresh, and I thought you guys might like to come along with me when I went to Hobbycraft. So thank you very much for watching, and we shall see you next time in the cave, possibly a little less cluttered and for a bit more of a traditional video. Thanks for watching guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.